Okay, let's talk about video editing. Now, there are basic approaches that apply to any program, but you'll also get a lot of opinions on which program you should use. And obviously, there are plenty of free ones that are look good, but they'll be limited in their features. There are other programs that, like Premiere or Premiere is the big one for me, Adobe Premiere. You have to pay for that one, and um, and it has all the features. It's very complicated looking, depending on your level of experience with this stuff. So there's all kinds of options with video. I'm going to be using this one you see here called HitFilm Express. Now, HitFilm Express is freely available. You do have to register and create an account, and that gives you access to the program. And I recommend it. It's something if you're somebody who you don't want to pay for something like Premiere, and you want a program that video editing program that has a lot of the key features you'd need to not just to cut video clips together, but to add effects, to add different sequences and things. This is the way to do it. This is something. Um, this is just a program that I found very useful, and it's the one I'm going to be using for this demonstration. So I recommend it. So the first thing is so I have HitFilm Express open. I need to create a project file, of course, just like any of these programs we've been working in. And you can see here, I already have it kind of pointing to my project folder, the one I showed earlier in my folder structure. You can see here my folders. And this is where I save my video editing projects. And I already have a ZX history file in there. So, save it in there. There you go. The next thing is you're presented with a whole bunch of different things. There's the preview window here. This is where you'd see a photo or a clip or what have you from your imported media. You have here the viewer, which is just where you can see your work in progress as you're editing. You have a bunch of different tabs down in the lower corner. I can touch on each one quickly. Media this is where you will actually import your files, like your video clips, audio clips, photos, etc., pictures. The effects folder has a bunch of different effects that you can apply. You can apply to your video. I don't use most of these. I think I only use transitions, but you can see here there's a lot of different ones, and I'll be getting into this a bit more when I have to in a bit. Controls are controls are used to edit the properties of uh, different elements of your video. So if you have a video clip and you want to zoom into it for some reason, um, that control would be under the controls tab. And there's position, there's scale where you can zoom in and out, or scale the size of the file and stuff. So we'll get into that a bit. Here you can see history. Um, if you're starting fresh, this would be empty, but you can see here I was kind of already messing around a bit before I started recording this. But yeah, this is where you'd see all the changes you've made. Text. This is if you're applying text to somewhere on your video, this is where you'll edit that. So a lot of different options. The first thing I like to do is, again, more organizing things. You're going to be importing your media into here, and if you import them all directly in here, you'll end up with a kind of a jumble of different things. And um, I don't always rename things appropriately, so I have to create folders to contain my files. So I like to create a folder for all the images because I tend to use a lot of images. Clips for all the video clips I'll be using. Then finally, a folder for audio, which is where I'll put um, all my music and voice clips and such. All right, and then let's just go ahead and import all these things I need. Let's see. So here you can see my folders. I'm importing my VO first. Let's find that. Oh, wrong folder. This is where all my exported VO ends up. And I'm looking for the ZX Spectrum files. There you go. And boom. So that's all my VO imported. Clips. I have a few different clips I need to import. First thing is I have my, oh, that's not it. I have to import my intro. You can see here I have a few different ones. I believe it's this one. I'm just going to test this really quickly, see if it's the right one. There you go. That's my intro. Then I'm going to import a few more things. Let's see. So I also have to import my footage. Let's organize this a bit better. View it a bit better. Let's see. So ZX Mutants, that would be my gameplay for this. And it's just the one game, so I think that's it. So that's all I need. Gameplay footage for the ZX game. Images, quite a few images to import. Let's go over to my images folder. So I need the box. I need this photo. Hmm. Uh, so yeah, touching back on organization, you can see here my images are just kind of all jumbled, and I'm already. So yeah, I'd recommend if you can organize this a bit better, you probably want to, just to make it easier on yourself. So I need those two images. Let's see here. I need. Okay, that took longer than it should have, but there we go. I believe all the images I know of at the moment. That's one thing to keep in mind too is, for all the planning you make, sometimes you'll be partway into your video and realize, oh, I need something else. That's probably going to happen with me as well. I'll have to find more assets that I need. Um, but yeah, there's these elements, and there'll be more as we go. So that's the main, that's the beginning. I think I'd say of any project is importing all your files. These are all the basic files I need. After this, we'll get into some dropping things into the editor.